All right. So supposedly the Dallas GM is out here. He will not shut the hell up. Supposedly, this is peak cinema. Supposedly, this dude, after trading Luka Doncic, is out here saying some crazy things in this specific press conference right here. So I decided to react to it. Someone replied to me on Twitter. I said that I admired his delusion, and if he had not had any sort of pangs of regret and agony in these hours since this trade has happened. And the dude replied to me and said, hey, his press conference is right now and it is hilarious. I said, hold on, I have seen nothing. Send me the link. He sent me the link. I'm here. We're about to watch it, okay? Let's go.
And the players that we're bringing in, we believe exemplify that. And his brilliance.
Well, they're in
and smooth. Like, he was such a great guy in the locker room. So I just want to, thank all those guys for their contribution to get.
I saw a little bit. He's talking about Maxi Kleber right here.
To where we're at, and then as we turn the page, I think it's important to know that J. Kidd and I, we've had a vision in the culture that we want to create since we've been here, and the players that we're bringing in, we believe exemplify that, and we think defense wins championships, and we're bringing in one of the best two-way players in the league. A lot of people don't talk about, what he does defensively and offensively, but
you could clearly tell J. Kidd. Hey, bless up, J. Kidd. Good luck.
If you can name first-team All-NBA players that are also first-team All-Defensive players. That's a unique.
He's like, yeah, yeah, sure.
Unique unicorn to try to find, and we're able to find that. And as well, you look at Max Christie. He was their starting two guard, guarded all the top players in the league, and he's young. And
bro, he is looking off into I'm just looking at J. Kidd. I'm sorry, you're caught up in your delusion, but
athletic and bouncy, and gets his hands on a lot.
He's talking about Max Christie, bro, and they're just straight to Luka Doncic.
It's a ball. So we really feel that they're bringing in, they're adding into the culture that we're trying to create here. We feel that defense wins championships, and we're excited to go. We feel like we're built to win now as well as in the future.
Nico, this is obviously one of the most unique trades in NBA history. There's never been a player as accomplished as Luka traded at this point in his career, especially.
Yeah.
Without
maybe Kareem, but Kareem was a million years ago.
Asking out, what got you guys to the point where you felt like moving on from Luka was in the best interest of the franchise?
Yeah, I think it wasn't really like a point. I think it was like, how do we make our team better?
Oh, my God. You are an idiot.
There's some unique things about his contract that we had to pay attention to. There's other teams that were loading up, that he was going to be able to make his own decision at some point of whether he wants to be here or not, whether we want to.
Yeah, and you didn't let him decide. You didn't even let him. It's Luka, bro. You didn't let Luka. How is the only person in the world that doesn't understand the magnitude of who Luka Doncic is as a basketball player just so happened to be the Dallas GM?
Supermax him or not, or whether he wants to opt out. So I think we had to take all that into consideration and feel like we got out in front of what could have been a tumultuous summer.
Nico, did you have any indication from him or his representation that he was going to opt out or not take the extension or anything like that?
No, not at all. Not at all.
This is the dumbest GM I've ever seen. He just is.
No, nothing verbally that would lead me to believe.
They would have to. Anthony Davis would have to turn into prime Kevin Garnett, and they would have to win 4 straight rings for this to have any sort of.
Believe that.
Why would the Supermax be a difficult decision on your end?
Oh no, it's not a matter of it being a difficult decision. It's a matter of, once you put that out there, they accept or they don't, and at that point you're on the clock.
You really thought Luka? I feel like Luka would have accepted, bro. Y'all just made the finals. And I think that, I'm sorry, that's a risk you run. Because even if you run the risk, you can still get back what you just got. Even if you run the risk, if you trade him to a spot where he wants to go to, which I'd imagine LA is probably a spot they would have still done this. but give you even more if you actually let if you play the cards right. You don't even got cards. Everyone else is playing chess and you're playing checkers. The hell are you doing?
Did you have discussions with any other teams besides the Lakers about this deal?
No, and I'd like to give Rob Pelinka a lot of credit. You know, trades, you guys have been around here, trades don't happen at the smallest level without stuff getting out. And Rob and I were able to have, you know, really intense.
Yeah, because you got the trade done in 48 hours. I mean, granted, yes, stuff usually gets out like that, but oh my God. How did you think about and decide and entirely trade Luka? Yeah, no wonder Rob was over there sweating bullets.
Conversation.
You gonna open Twitter if this got leaked? You were gonna open Twitter and say, "Damn." They said what? They said this trade, it's not good. Y'all don't think we should trade Luka? Man, maybe I should rethink this thing. Like
over the course of, you know, 3 or 4 weeks that started out as a coffee that, you know, was more, hey, would you ever, I don't know, would I? Let me think of, you know, and then
that boy Rob put on a master class.
It built upon that, and, you know, we kept it between us. We had to keep it tight. J Kidd didn't know about it.
You just told me the coach didn't know about it right next to him, bro. You're at his press conference.
But J Kidd and I are aligned, and we talk about archetypes, and we talk about the culture that we want.
Oh my God, he looks so sick. Bro, archetypes, yeah, archetypes as in, yeah, sure, Max Christie, sure, 3-and-D guard. Oh, how would we acquire him? Give up the franchise. Give up. Let's just not be basketball anymore. Let's not do basketball. Let's get, literally trade it.
Want to create, so I know the type of players that he likes without actually talking to him. Hey, would you like, you know? So I know that. And,
bro, he's not even nodding his head. He's not even, look at like the little, you know, he looked like a damn bobblehead.
He likes without actually talking to him. Hey, would you like, you know? So
he didn't even nod his head. He gave it. That was maybe the most subtle nod I ever seen in my entire life.
I know that, and J Kidd coached them when they won a championship. So I think when you're aligned with your coach like that, I know the type of players that he likes, and so I felt good about it making sense to where we're trying to go.
With Luka's pedigree and potential that he's shown so far, this feels like a move that you absolutely have to be right about. There can't be any doubt in your mind when you pull the trigger on it. I'm just curious, what convinced both of you that you will not be wrong?
Well, let's be clear. I'm the one making the decision, and Jay's supportive of it, so it's me. I don't do anything that's scary. I think everything that we do, we put a lot of work into it. We study it, and we restudy it, and we go back, and I understand the magnitude of it. So the easiest thing for me to do is do nothing, and everyone would praise me for doing nothing. But we really believe in it, and time will tell.
Yeah, you should have done that, bro. What do you mean do nothing? Didn't you trade for Kyrie? That was a good trade. You traded for Daniel Gafford. You traded for PJ Washington. You made the whole team. You built the entire team. You got 2 lob threat centers for Luka to lob to. And then you trade Luka. What do you mean do nothing?
Tell if I'm right.
You've said it a number of times. You've mentioned the word culture and how Anthony and the other players you bring back fit that culture. Are you
the thing is, too, real quick, just to interject on him, the Mavs currently, I believe, are the 8th seed in the conference. There has been a slew, they're the 8th seed in the conference. There's been a slew of big trades like this in recent years where a team will trade, you know, like when the Mavs traded for Kyrie or when the Pelicans traded for Boogie Cousins. And, you know, they're in that like middle tier and they happen to miss the playoffs that exact same year they trade for those guys. Losing this year would be just absolutely slightly devastating to this team, especially when Kyrie, you were talking about Luka could decide his future in 2026. Kyrie could leave you this year. What do you have if Kyrie leaves you? I don't know what the money situation salary cap wise would be. I know AD's making just about as much money as Luka is as it is. So I mean, it's not like maybe more. I don't know what the exact contracts are, So that it's not like you saved money in the trade. I don't believe. Maybe they did a little bit because I think the Maxi Clique, but I don't know that. Whatever. But so you save a couple dollars, right? Going into the offseason. If Kyrie leaves, I don't think you even have like all the money in the world. Plus, it seems like your team is a cost-cutting type of team, like crackheads. And so if you lose Kyrie, you're sitting with a backcourt of Spencer Dinwiddie and Quentin Grimes. God bless. Quentin Grimes is a free agent his damn self. It's over. If Kyrie decided to leave, if y'all lost, let's say y'all don't make the playoffs, so y'all get washed in the first round of the play-in or something, and Kyrie says, oh, no, this GM is a tweaker. I might be next. If I stick around, I might just be next. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, shoot, I'm surprised he wasn't next. I'm surprised he wasn't first. If I'm being honest with you, why didn't you just build around Luka and trade Kyrie if you really wanted to do this? I don't think you would have got AD for Kyrie, but if you want to get some sort of super duper, I don't know, I can't even tell you who it would be right now, but it's like, bro, you don't.
Luka no longer fit that culture?
No, listen, one thing about me, I'm not going to talk.
It's really funny seeing him, though, because knowing that this is the man who made the decision. Because we've all been, for about 12, 15 hours now, like, what the hell is going on? And now it's like, well, here is who the hell is supposed to know is what is going on. And even he's not telling me. I guess he's trying to.
Bad about any players. Like, that's not going to do, us or me any good. I just say there's levels to it. And there's people that fit the culture, and there's people that come in and add to the culture. And those are two distinct things. And I believe the people that were coming in are adding to the culture.
What would you just say that?
There's people that fit to the culture, and there's people that come in and add to the culture. Bro, Luka was the culture. You traded the culture. You're creating something that's devolved of what the team was. If Luka is your guy, Luka has to be the culture. You can't say, oh, he's not the culture because he's a couple pounds overweight when those pounds helped you get to the damn finals. And he could lose those pounds probably in a couple of seconds if you just really forced him to. It seems like you didn't even go back and forth because you said that you kept this between you and Rob. So you're giving us more than you even need to. So that means obviously we know that Rob didn't tell LeBron. But honestly, what's more important than Rob telling LeBron is that it doesn't even seem like you ever briefed this with Luka before it was basically official. And it's like, if you brief this with Luka and like any sort of whatever, well, one, at that point, once you're doing that and saying a trade is damn near official, shoot, I probably would want to be traded, at least in the heat of the moment. And then two, it's like you understand where I'm going, bro. Just keep talking.
What would you just say to fans who are frustrated about this move?
I'm sorry they're frustrated, but it's something that we believe in as an organization. It's going to make us better. We believe.
Is it we? If you just said exclusively that you made the trade alone, and I understand that's how people talk, but you're also sitting next to a dude who you just said 3 seconds ago didn't know about the trade and doesn't seem to be believing in the trade.
That it sets us up to win not only now but also in the future. And
the future, bro. Are you serious?
When we win, I believe the frustration will go away.
Nico, what was the conversation like with Patrick?
That's real. That's the first real thing he ever said.
When we introduced this idea to him?
The first time he laughed at me. No, I mean.
Wait, what?
What was the conversation like with Patrick when we introduced this idea to him?
Maybe he said the owner? I didn't hear the name he said, but he said something about when he first introduced the idea to somebody. Is he maybe referring to the owner of the team, like the new owner that isn't Mark Cuban?
The first time he laughed at me. No, I mean, Patrick, he's the owner. Obviously, he's the ultimate decision maker, but he entrusts in J. Kidd and I to lead this team, and he's putting the trust into us. And then, obviously, you got to get judged on the performance.
You got a dumb, old, I'm assuming, I don't know, billionaire that doesn't even care, doesn't know. Forget doesn't care, just doesn't know. And he's trusting your stupid self. Man, Mark Cuban, they needed you, dog. They needed you more than you know. Because Mark Cuban was in there making basketball decisions, and they took away his basketball role after he sold his majority stake.
That you've done as a leader, and at some point, if it doesn't work out, then I'll be judged for that.
By the way, I looked at through a bunch of Reddits And it's so funny. I have my main like Reddit account. It's just I don't use really, but it's just called Clique Productions, and I just got it on there. I decided to follow all of like the main team Reddits, I guess like a year ago or something. I don't really remember honestly when. And I went on there and just scrolled. And honestly, what surprised me more than anything, there's so many team applications. I saw a dude who spun a wheel and said, I'm a Pistons fan just now in the Pistons Reddit. I saw a dude who said, I saw the Spurs fans post that there's going to be a lot of new Mavericks fans in here now. We have to accept them because this is actually the most insane thing ever. Don't even judge them. Allow them. I saw that. I saw someone asking to be a Knicks fan. I saw someone asking to be a Nuggets fan. I didn't even actually see the Lakers ones, but I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of those. I literally saw a dude that was protesting outside of the Mavericks, you know, right by the Dirk statue that was already wearing a Lakers beanie with a LUKA jersey on.
What is your reaction to this trade?
Yeah, I think it's, you know, it's something that, as Nico's brought up, we are aligned, right? And so just understanding LUKA, when I first came here.
That's a man who wants his job.
You know, excited about the opportunity to coach an upcoming star and who became a mega star. And I was just blessed to have that opportunity to coach him. But when you look at the vision of the team and what Nico wants to build, I truly support that and truly believe that the players that we're getting are the.
Please, please, please. Whenever Jason Kidd gets fired, gives up on coaching, whatever, I need the Jason Kidd podcast interview with someone that's slightly annoying and real. Y'all know anybody that that would fit that description? I know a couple. Jason Kidd, I'm waiting for it. Give it 5 to 10 years.
The ones that can help us achieve that, and that's to win a championship.
Well, why did they get that vision better?
It's not about better. It's about, you know, being able to, again, Nico has talked about defense. Defense wins championships. AD is the one that we truly believe fits with D-Live and Gaff and PJ. And so when you look at going forward, we're looking at the window to win now. And with AD and Christie, and not to forget about Christie, he's a young wing that we believe that fits.
What do you envision? I mean, does AD start at 4 for you guys? Is he a 5? How do you envision that working?
I gotta be honest with you. Right now, I'm only focused on today's game. Right? Like I am. I got a list of players. I gotta tell you who are out, and we got a game today, right? And so, as we go down the line, I'll be able to answer that question for you. And I'm not avoiding that question. Like as you see the rosters built, he probably will start at the 4, but I can give you more concrete information as we go forward.
All right, I recognize you love.
When do you expect these guys?
Dog, he's going to start the 4, dog. You have 2 elite centers.
In uniform?
Not sure. I don't have the perfect answer for that because, I mean, everything just happened. I don't even think it was midnight last night, like 2, 3 in the morning. So we're still trying to get physicals, figure out how long that's going to take, get people in the market. So we don't have a perfect answer for that.
Do you have an idea about AD's availability in terms of the abdominal issue that he's dealing with now?
No, we'll learn. One, it wasn't significant. And 2, we'll learn more as we go through the physicals.
You mentioned you think this will work in the short term and the long term.
I mentioned this on one of my something that I said. One of the things I've posted today. That imagine they failed the physicals like bad, and then the trade, that would be insane.
It's working out well for the organization in the long term.
Well, I think the long term is the time frame. I think he fits our time frame. If you pair him with Kyrie and the rest of the guys, he fits right along with our time frame to win now and win in the future. And the future to me is 3-4 years from now. The future 10 years from now, I don't know. I don't think they probably bury me and Jay by then, or we. The future and the future to me with our time frame to win now and win in the future and the future to me is 3-4 years from now. The future 10 years from now, I don't know. I don't think they probably bury me and Jay by then, or we bury ourselves.
Yes.
Bro, you not realize like Two things I want to say. Do you not realize the amount of time? I believe even the previous Dallas GM, the Spurs GMs can spend a long Sam Presti, a long time with teams. You've been here for 4 years and you're talking about you're going to get buried within the next basically 5-6 years. You and Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd, look in state, for example. Greg Popovich, shoot, he been with his team for for a million years. Like, and you're talking about you gonna get buried. Jason Kidd is like still 40, late 40s, 50 years old, maybe. That man, Jason Kidd could be there for another 20 years if it really went well. And you trade the one-way ticket, especially for you, and especially when you were actually doing a pretty decent job so far. You trade the one-way ticket away to guaranteeing that you will be here for a minute. And then you say it, that you probably ain't even gonna be here past 3-4 years. Now, if you obviously win 3-4 rings and then retool beautifully, that's a different story. But you had it, though. You are a crackhead. If this works, and I genuinely believe, like, okay, let's really realistically look at the league right now. You got the Thunder. You got the Thunder. You got the Rockets. You got the Grizzlies in the West. You got who else am I forgetting? In the East, you got the Celtics. You got Cleveland. You got the Knicks. You even got still Milwaukee. You got, you know what I'm saying, a couple other up and coming teams. Indiana. Miami's done probably, obviously. Detroit on the way up, whatever. Philly, if they bounce back at some point in the next few years, probably not this year. West, you got Denver, Memphis, Houston, OKC, Luka's new team, the Lakers. The Clippers are doing pretty damn decent. Anthony Edwards' team, Phoenix, yeah, and then the rest, and obviously Victor's, looming. And you're like, yeah, we have to win within the next 3 to 4 years. My thing is, if you just keep Luka and build, I know they actually, now we're seeing more than ever that they don't have their picks because they already traded them. And now we're seeing that how bad this is because they're now potentially going to have no future if this goes badly within the next few years. I actually don't know how many years AD has left. I have no clue. But anyways. And y'all could have had we could have had something special.
All right, I know there's a lot of questions.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Great job.
But we have a game tonight.
Great job.
All right, I know there's a lot of questions.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Great job.
Look at how J Kidd is shaking.
They probably.
All right, I know there's a lot of questions.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Great job.
But we have a game tonight.
So you guys don't have any questions about the game?
Kyrie.
Can I just give you the medical update, please? Christie, Davis, Lively, Powell, Gafford, Irving, and Washington all out.
Damn. Who playing them today? I think it's the Cavs. Yeah, it's the Cavs. Good luck. It's just so sad. This is a purely incompetent basketball, and overall, just for your own personal. He said something that I kind of am dwelling on, which is like, I could do nothing, and I would get praised. And I appreciate, in a general sense, the mindset of like, take risks in a slightly, whatever. But for you to, this ain't a risk. This is career suicide. Like this, you are potentially, if y'all don't want to ring in literally the next 2 years, it's over. It's over. You're talking about you're banking on AD and Kyrie 1000% to have the longevity of LeBron or KD or Curry, which with today's medical stuff, I know they've had their injury issues, but even Steph had his injury issues. KD tore his Achilles like 6 years ago. They could. AD's been relatively healthy recently. I saw someone tweet where they were like, AD shouldn't have this injury prone tag on him anymore. I heavily disagree because just in today, yes, he's not injury prone as of late, but historically, you have to, you know, gauge that or gauge that. Yeah, I said the other version, like one of the other videos earlier. You have to consider that when you're trading a dude where you're basically, it came out, but you didn't really address about the weight and like, you know, will that hurt him and his longevity and his health? And like Luka doesn't give me the vibe of someone where they don't want to be legendary. You know what I mean? Like he might be a couple pounds overweight, but it doesn't affect his game. His game's been the same since he got in the league. Maybe he was getting a few more dunks off, but it's like for the most part, bro, he gets what he wants. And yeah, if you really thought like, bro, you didn't communicate, like there's going to be so much dust that settles over the years. So much. There's got to be some point eventually where, I mean, Luka's going to have to talk soon, very soon. So, wow, this is absolute insanity. Anyways, I'll see you around, I guess. This was an experience. Sayonara.